Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mortgage Broker Builder, the 1440 Show, where we look to maximize your 1,440 minutes every single day inside of the mortgage space. And today we're talking with this young gentleman here that's been a scrapping buck that I've known for years, that's helping out clients left and right with insurance and different things. We've got Mr. Tom Tersigni. Did I say that right?
Tersigni, really close. No one in history's ever gotten it right, so that's okay.
I'm close. So
You're close.
what we wanted to do is just get together here quickly today and talk about some of the stuff that Tom's doing out there and the problems that I see mortgage bankers, mortgage brokers, and people really in the lending space encountering every single day. We do an awful lot of talking about mortgage rates and those kind of things, but there's one kind of this sneaky little component out there that's been kind of biting people in the ass, and that's homeowners insurance. And one of our goals here at the Mortgage Broker Builder is to help loan officers do more business and really put their clients in the best place. And if you're not talking about homeowners insurance these days, you're leaving a little bit out there on the table. So Tom is the Chief Revenue Officer, Chief Operating Officer with a company.
Probably 14 different hats.
He's the chief of a lot of things with a company called Go Savvy. And we're going to get into kind of how Tom got there and what it is. But also, it's something that I think everybody that's listening to this needs to understand, that there might be a better place to go to look for homeowners insurance for your clients. So, Tom, if you can quickly just kind of tell us what is Go Savvy and how'd you kind of get started with it?
So my background is actually in mortgage finance. I spent from 2004 through 2018 in that arena. Helped a lot with Quicken Loans Builder Purchase Division. Got out of it in lending actually at 13, got into some other fintech stuff, exited on that, and they've gotten real heavy into real estate and back into lending and real estate. And this is like 2019, and just had a lot of clients that were like, "Hey, my loan officer said I got to get insurance. You're my realtor. Do you have a guy?" At that time, I was like, "No." Who do you have for your car insurance? Well, I've got Progressive. Okay, we'll call Progressive and tell them you're buying a home, or tell me a refund, whatever, and get the deck page as fast as you can. A lot has happened since then. And I used as a user actually, until I just fell in love with the system. I fell in love with the ease it makes as a consumer and shopping for insurance. What's happened over the last 6 years is, the insurance world kind of got to its own mortgage 2007. It's volatile. One day Progressive might be an incredible rate, or Travelers, or Liberty Mutual, or Hanover Citizens, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Allstate will come in and just plummet their pricing, and they're the best option. So it's kind of like, I was trying to get a feel on who would I want to align myself with as a real estate agent or a loan officer. And it's like, there was no one right answer. So that's when I found this company, got invested, and put real estate down and put my full-time efforts into Go Savvy.
And what exactly is it? And it's a quoting platform. What is Go Savvy?
Obviously I'm not an insurance guy. I don't have like a brown suit and like a yellow shirt box, Italian suit, jacket or a shirt. So I'm more of a problem solving guy. So what this does, it solves a problem for a lot of different people. It solves a problem for the loan officer, because in this market, and if there's loan officers listening right now, you probably are coming across it more and more, where your client is going to get their insurance quote, and then the insurance agent says, "Oh yeah, by the way, I need a roof inspection. I need a home inspection. I need this inspection, blah, blah, blah." And, or the flip side of it, loan officers do what loan officers do. They, when they're pre-qualifying the consumer, they're stuck in that mantra of like 5-6 years ago. They're putting $100 a month in there for insurance on their debt to income. And all of a sudden they get their quote back, and it's through Allstate, and it's, $237. Also have DTI issues, right? So what we do not sell insurance. And that is what makes us literally, there is not another company in the country that's similar to us. We are insurance quoting software. So we're working with Allstate, Farmers, State Farm, and then the independents like Liberty Mutual, Hanover Citizens, Progressive, you name it. And the idea is that we're going to take that off your buyer's plate, right? the volatility over the last 6 years, the disparity, I should say, actually, between the rates between different carriers, it's kind of like this, this ebb and flow. And, we've got quotes. We got a quote this morning that the client got a quote through Progressive on their own. It was like $2,700 and change for a year, and they wanted a roof inspection. And we ended up getting them through Allstate. It was like 13 and change, no roof inspection. Went through. It was bound the same day and good to go. So, that's what we do. That's the value proposition we're bringing. We bring it to the loan officer to help, with their, make sure there's no DTI issues, and we're helping their consumer get the best policy. But the other person is we're helping the consumer save money on the home side. And then a little bonus add on is we're averaging like $150 a month in savings on the auto side if they roll their auto in. But that's obviously not a requirement. We focus on the property first.
So one of the things that when we started talking about this, it's been months. It was that I had clients that were running into problems finding insurance. They were in California, wherever, Florida, there'd been hurricane, whatever. They were struggling to find insurance, and insurance had always been one of those things that you just put it on there at, $100 a month. And it was like, that was kind of what the cost was. And then they were finding just massive discrepancies, or they couldn't even find insurance. And so our conversations kind of started around that, is that you could put it in your tool, look across multiple providers, and they were able to find insurance. So you kind of became like a deal saving mechanism.
Actually, more often than not, more of our deals are coming from loan officers where, a consumer might be refinancing, they own the property free and clear. And, how consumers are sometimes, hey, I don't have to have insurance. I don't have a mortgage. So that's actually a major problem in the insurance space. Or, we've had properties that were a 5,000 square foot all brick house that was 150 years old. Yeah. Most of our business is, coming from saving deals, or on the flip side of that, the price side of it. Shoot, dude, my clients came up with a $2,900 policy, and we're $30 a month out of DTI. Is there anything you guys can do to help out? Right? We don't want to just live there. I mean, we're a software that's for everybody. Like everyone, the average American right now doesn't even have $1,000 in disposable emergency savings. Right? So, if we can come in there and save somebody a couple $100 a month off their current insurance, we're seeing a lot more refis on the lending side come through, refi clients, as opposed to just the purchase side, which is what we've been seeing for the last several years. And insurance costs are skyrocketing. Turn on the news, turn on MSNBC, turn on, any of the financial networks, Fox News, economics channel, whatever it is. Insurance is what everyone's talking about, and it's skyrocketing. The cost of homeownership is skyrocketing, and that's where we live. We want to reduce that cost of homeownership for the consumer and save them time. Nobody wakes up and goes, I'm going to shop 5 different carriers and spend a half hour at every carrier and is excited about it. Nobody does it, right? They choose a path of least resistance, and that is whoever they have their current insurance with. Well, that's a problem. Like, it didn't used to be a problem. It used to be 10 years ago. Like, there was barely any disparity. It might have been $15-20 a month. You remember the commercials, John? That's spend 20 minutes or 5 minutes and save $400 a year. $400 a year isn't much, but $2,000 a year, now you start to get pretty serious.
Yeah, it's, I like I said, I've used your tool, and I'll actually put someplace in here. I'll let anybody that's watching this, we'll put in the show notes where you can go through. If you want to quote out a policy, we'll just give you a link. You can check it out and see what it looks like. If you're a loan officer and you want to be able to offer this to your clients, right, there's a way to do it. And we'll put something here inside of the show notes. You can reach out. We'll get you in touch with Tom to maybe set something up to be able to do that. Hey, if you're here, it's because you understand that the world is changing at an alarming rate, and you understand that big data is going to dominate as we move forward. Either you're going to use it to grow your market share, or somebody's going to use it against you to grow theirs. If you want to dig a little bit deeper here, take a look at your own business, figure out and identify some key constraints, maybe some things that you could do a little bit differently to grow a little faster. Here's what I can tell you. After 27 years of doing this, helping well over 1,000 loan officers earn hundreds of millions of dollars in commissions, there are a couple of key constraints inside of your business. I don't know what they are right now. I just know that they exist. So if you're curious about this, let's get on a strategy call. Take 20, 30 minutes. You will walk away with 1 or 2 actionable items that you can do to do more business as you move forward. There'll be a link someplace here on the page. I look forward to personally meeting you. But I really see this as right? We've got pricing engines for your wholesale lenders. It's kind of like a pricing engine for insurance where you're curating these things in, bringing it in. And the one neat thing is it's lightning fast. Like you're not waiting like weeks to get a policy back.
Right.
Tell me a little bit. So a client goes in, they fill out a handful of, little pieces of information.
Literally a handful of questions. Yeah.
And then what happens on the back end? Like, do they now get bombarded? Like they called into Lending Tree by 74 lenders? Like what happens there for the client experience?
So I came from the lending world. I came from the lead buy world, right? And that was like the Lending Tree was like almost a necessary evil because people wanted to get quotes, but how do you get quotes from everybody without going through that process? What they found is going through that process is that they were lied to. They don't get actually any quotes, and what they get is phone calls, right? So, with our system, when I some of the things I changed, I got on board is I want us to be a white glove service. I don't want your clients getting bombarded with phone calls. I want them getting bombarded when I've been bombarded. I want them getting the information they want. What does everybody want? They want to know how much is the monthly premium, right? That's all I want to. I don't need to know anything else. Well, there's other caveats, but everyone wants to know price. So they fill out a handful of questions. It takes anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. Some states, the turmoil has gotten so bad where that turnaround time is a little higher. At California, Florida's not too terrible anymore. They were pretty bad. California is probably, Louisiana and California are probably our hardest state to get quotes. Those might take a day and a half or 2.
How many companies on average are you looking at it against?
So
like, are they coming back
average,
with 5 states or 5 companies, 6 carriers, 3 carriers? Like what's kind of on average what they can expect? So they fill out some stuff. It goes to you. You guys kind of go out and look across these things and then give them back a quote.
Yep. So we're going to work with a couple different independents because some of the independents have access to different carriers. Not all independents are the same. So we go to a couple different independents, allow them. Our independents have anywhere from 4 to 12 carriers that they're going to search through. So you're getting, anywhere from, I would say on average, probably, 7 or 8 carriers times 2. You're looking at probably 14 carriers. And then we also go to the big guys, the captives, the State Farm, the Allstate Farmers. So you're looking at probably nearly 20 carriers. Now, obviously the captives aren't going to upload the independents aren't going to upload every carrier. So when you get your quote back, you're going to be looking at anywhere from 5, 6, anywhere from 3 to 6 quotes, depending upon the best deal. Sometimes the independents, what I don't want to do is give you a bunch of redundant information. I don't need to show you a policy at, $3,700 a year when all of the other ones are in the, 18 to 2,100 range, right? What's the reason? So theoretically, I could put back about 17 to 20 quotes for you. But what we're going to do is put the top 3, 4, 5 quotes that make the most sense, the name brand carriers. We're not using Bob Insurance.
So somebody fills it out. They wait 24 hours, maybe longer in some states. They receive, just come back via a portal and email. How do they get the information back?
Yep. So if a loan officer is using it with their clients, the loan officer and the consumer get an email back with just a simple little link saying, "Hey, congratulations, Bob and Mary, your quotes are ready. Click here." When they click that, it then basically lists all of the carriers on the left and on the right-hand side, the price.
Okay.
You click, there's a little button you can click to see the coverages, so but the coverage of what every carrier, so, we do kind of a baseline on the coverage. The consumer can make any little tweaks, we got add Mary's, diamond ring or, whatever. We can make some alterations, but, so it comes back in a very one easy email. Nobody's calling them. They're not going to get 40 phone calls. The only time someone's going to call them is going to be from the carrier that they choose to talk to. And that's it.
Okay. And so they fill it out, they wait, they get these quotes back. They then decide, okay, I want to use, I'll just say, State Farm. And that's just arbitrary. Yep. They want to use State Farm. They click on it. Then what happens is it then go into State Farm to get bound and they probably have some additional paperwork and stuff to fill out with State Farm. And you're kind of out of it at that point. Like you did your job as far as you're like a matchmaker.
we're sort of a matchmaker, but we're also, sort of, I like to call this an advocacy. Like, I'm here to kind of, we're not licensed to sell insurance. So I can't sit here and say, you should do this. You should, I'm here, but we do have a lot of knowledge. So if there are questions, we are kind of in the bet. We do step back a little bit and allow them to be, like you said, a matchmaker. We're going to allow them to talk to the insurance professional who can really give them, a lot of insight into do's and don'ts. So once they make the connection, we kind of step back. The carrier gets the information they need. They bind the policy. And again, if it's a loan officer that's using our system that referred their client, by the way, because consumers cannot just go to our website and get a quote. I know you're going to put a quote link up for them, but they have to be invited. That's through you.
They're coming through my link.
Yeah. So that's another perceived value is like your clients can't go to our website and get this on their own. Like they have got to be invited by you. So, I could tell you that it not only does it save deals, but it will get you referrals. Like, this is not to replace them. We're not telling clients, don't go shop. All we're doing is saying, hey, I have a much easier way. If you want to shop on your own, fine, but here's a much easier way. And then the flip side of it, it makes it easier for the lender because the lender knows who the carriers are. So once the client binds, the loan officer gets an email with a button in it that says download your documents. They download their documents. First of all, they get an email saying, hey, if you have your mortgagee clause and estimated closing date and your loan number, put it in right here. They hit submit on that email. And then when they get that bound document back, it's got everything they need. So we make the process easier for the loan officer and anyone who's might be processing their files as well.
Yeah, I know that's slick, right? You get the deck page and everything right back in there. So
yeah,
really, I mean, at the end of the day, and
there's one more piece I want to put on that as far as like easeability. If you're a processor on work right now, trying to get a hold of a insurance rep and tell them I need a policy document and some changes, you're so far back out of their field of vision. Like they're not getting back to you for days. You might have to call them 7, 8, 9, 10 times. They don't care. They're too busy, dealing with their own pipeline, switching their own clients over. Like it's gotten really, really hard to get like a producer or, an office manager even on the phone to change the mortgagee clause. So
at the end of the day, if we're just backing up, if you've got clients that need homeowners, it used to just be go get them Tiger. Pricing was more or less the same. Use whoever you want. Now that's massive differences between provider A and provider B based on whatever they've got going on with, Wall Street and their actuary tables and whatever you have in insurance. You've got a really nice portal where they can go out, curate a handful of different quotes.
Yep.
It's going to present them up the best ones, super easy for them to bind. And then you as the loan officer receive some communication, your deck page through a nice little neat and tidy portal. That kind of it in a nutshell. So
that's it in a nutshell.
If you're if you want to just kind of try this out, I'll include a link, right? I have a link that I share with people. I've had people that have gotten insurance through them. If you want to try it through my link, awesome. You got a client that's having problems, give it a whirl. If you want to try and get on a call with Tom to see, is this something that you can offer at your company? Because there's a little bit of I think there's some branding in there and stuff where you can actually be, the person. I'll have a little landing page here where you can fill out a couple of pieces of information. I'll relay it back to Tom and get you guys on some kind of calendar meeting. But insurance is one of those areas today. Us as loan officers, we always talk about trying to add value. And if all you're doing out there is you close loans fast and you work for a broker, you're the exact same as everyone else. So this is one of those little incremental places that you can put yourself slightly ahead of the next person. And price is what you pay and value is what you get. The more value you can drive, and if you have great pricing, well, then that's just the icing on the cake. So,
and not only that, John, but it brings additional value to talk to realtors. Hey, I got something different. I've got something different from every other broker that's calling you every single day, trying to set up meetings. There's other ways we can help your clients. That's just another caveat. We got loan officers down in Texas that are using this as a sales tool to gain realtor referrals. It's kind of mind blowing. They went from 4 or 5 deals a month on their own to 6, 7, 8 deals a month because now they're building that referral base. And so that's another caveat. You've got something that you can take to your realtor buddies and say, or some other realtor you've been calling on for a few months, right? hey, here's something I have different. Meet me for lunch. Let me tell you.
For sure. No, it's in today. If you're the same as everyone else, you're pretty boring. You've got to go out there and be finding, whether it be niche products, offering insurance, offering different little widgets and pieces of tech. We're in the world today where we're in the education business and we're educating our clients higher up in the funnel than ever, right? Pretty soon you're going to be talking to kindergartners about a mortgage they're going to do in 20 years, and AI will keep them warm the whole way through. So Tom, I do appreciate this. We'll have some links here in the show notes. Any place you see this, a way for you to get in touch with Tom. You want to try it out. You want to test it. You want to run a quote on your own insurance. Click my link, see what it looks like, get a feel for what your customers would see. And like I said, I've used this product. I know how it works. I've seen clients use it successfully. I've seen them find insurance for people that other places said no. So it's just a great portal. It's something cool. I've known Tom for a long time, so I like to spread the wealth with my knowledge. So thank you, Tom, for coming, and we appreciate it.
It was a pleasure.
Hey, have a great day.
You too, sir.
If you're still here and you're watching this, you're probably getting something from our content. If so, maybe you know, or I'm sure you know, someone else that could also benefit. So if you could do us a solid, forward this, share it with your friends, other people that are like-minded that want help with simple solutions to grow their business. And if you want to do a little bit of a deeper dive someplace on here, there is a place to schedule a call with us to talk about your business and how we can grow it together. Look forward to hearing from you. Again, thank you for being here. Please do share.